Miss March, another letter has arrived for you. Miss March?
Mrs. Kirk, the man you ordered is on the kitchen table. Thank you, Professor. Christopher Columbus, another publisher. Another rejection.
I have no idea. I do not read your letters, but they keep coming, and I keep bringing them to you.
And I keep hoping.
We all keep hoping for your success, Miss March. The entire boarding house keeps hoping. You have us all on edge.
My dear Miss March, I read your story. Well, he's read it. Unfortunately, I found your tale tasteless and vulgar. Not at all suitable for my readers. My advice to you.
My advice to you is to return home and have babies. That is what women are made for. Sincerely, F. Putnam.
22.
22.
22 rejections since I've been in New York. They all say the same thing. Go home. Give up.
F. Putnam is an idiot. His words are stupid.
F. Putnam is one of the most powerful publishers in the city.
You cannot lose faith, Miss March. Someone in the city will like your stories. I am sure of it.
Professor Bear, is it possible I could read my story to you? I would so respect your opinion.
Yes, of course.
Actually, it's one of my best. It's a mean and stormy night. The moors are bleak and bloody. Thunder claps! Lightning strikes! The fair Clarissa, her clothes in disarray, races across the wild coastal heath. Now she stops. Now she runs. Will she escape? Will she be caught? With bold determination, the villainous aristocrat, Braxton Prendergast, lurches for her. There's no escape. She's but a child, and yet she turns to fight with eyes ablaze. This noble girl meets his gaze, unafraid. She will not be defiled. Keep away from me, you wretch!
I
cannot keep away. Your beauty draws me. Your passion ignites me.
I've got to hold you.
I defy you.
Got to have you.
Let me buy you.
Come close.
Don't come too close.
Come close.
Don't come too close. So close to me.
I'll have her and the mother too.
And at that moment, Rodrigo appears in magnificent splendor.
Unhand that woman, villain!
Who are you?
Haha! I am your destiny, your bitterest foe. You stole what was rightly mine 10 long years ago. You left me cold, alone and forgotten. Now I'm back to settle the score.
Miss March, tell me, what is it you are writing here?
Blood and gut stuff. It's all the rage. The magazines and periodicals are full of it.
Violence and seduction on every page.
Read Shakespeare. Read history. Read the newspapers.
'Tis getting late. Perhaps we should pursue this some other time.
No. I want to know what you think, Professor.
Blood and guts stuff. What you think the world wants to hear? If I have noticed nothing else about you, Miss March, it is that you are unique. Something you should try not to forget. I think you could do better.
Better? And who are you anyway? An aging German professor, close to 50?
I am 34!
34? Really? Well, you look a lot older.
I worry a lot!
And just what do you worry about?
To avoid a conversation such as this. I'll go to dinner. Miss March, since you have been here 6 weeks now, is it? You shout, you rant, you disturb the whole order of this place. I am a serene and peaceful man.
You're aloof! You're arrogant!
Arrogant! Miss March, I have spoken my mind as you have spoken yours. Obviously, it was not appreciated on either side.
Obviously! My stories were great success and conquer! Better than what? Better than this dazzling plot. Better, this story will be my King Lear. Each phrase is better than him. Better, even my smallest whim is better. How can he miss what's so clear? How can I do better than what's already here? How can what he said to me be true if I don't succeed? What will I do? Turn around, go back to Concord, leave New York behind unconquered? No, how dare he make me doubt the way I feel? Doubt that each thrilling page is who I am. Aren't these words alive with passion, vivid as my attic where it all began?
Joe, the girls at school were horrible to me. Charlotte Fenton said my dress was ragged and my nose was flat. Joe, I hate being a governess. I should be meeting eligible young men. It's going to be a dismal Christmas with father away and no money for presents. Meg, Amy, Joe has a surprise for us.
Or was I better? Better when I was home. Listen, everyone. I have risen to the occasion this year and written us an operatic tragedy.
And we're going to perform it for Christmas. No, I can't. Not with my flat nose. Joe, do you really think we should? What with this awful war?
When have we ever let anything defeat us? Years from now, people will talk about us. One Christmas Eve, 4 penniless and ragged sisters put on an operatic tragedy for all of Concord.
Oh, Joe, no.
Filled with blood and guts, 2 massacres, a masked ball, and several heart-wrenching scenes. We'll dim the lights. The crowd will hush. We'll start the overture and Beth will surely blush. And when Clarissa starts to plead, Christmas will exceed our finest dreams.
Joe, do I die again in this one?
Yes, Meg, you will die like none before. The world will shudder when your body hits the floor. But when Rodrigo makes you bleed, Christmas will exceed our finest dreams. Now, Amy as Clarissa, only passion is permissible. This tragedy depends upon the fire in your eyes. And Beth, when you're the mother, you'll be noble, you'll be pure. All hearts will melt the moment mother cries. Let us begin.
Mother, do not cry.
No. Amy, expression from the heart. Mother! Oh no, dear mother, do not cry!
Aha! Mother, oh no, dear. Joe, I am teased and ridiculed at school, and all that concerns you is your silly little tragedy.
I know you're tired. I know it's hard. But we will triumph when Rodrigo yells on God. Our success is guaranteed. Christmas will be thrilling. Christmas will be gory. Christmas will exceed our finest dreams. Oh, Joe! I made an important decision today. As you all know, I've been writing stories for quite some time, with much satisfaction, and people seem to like what I write.
We love it, Joe.
Absolutely! So I've decided I'm going to become a world-renowned writer. Or write great books, earn barrels of money, and give you all everything you ever dreamed of.
Joe can do anything.
But we have to promise to remain just as we are, solid, like a fortress. No matter whatever happens, we must promise that it'll always be the 4 March sisters. Forever.
Forever!
Come, let's rehearse.
Mother!
You will have me on time.
You will have me on time.
You
Right.
I've got my boots and
the
hats,
crowds
my
of
mustache
boys
will
will
make
their
their
spirits
spirits
soar.
making
Our
my
success is guaranteed.
with curtains on
Christmas will be thrilling.
I'll show
Yes,
them all
Christmas
I'm no
will
little
exceed
woman in a dress
our
of buttons and
finest
skirts.
furs.
I'm ready to take
Let's
a
see
bow.
Clarissa
I'm
be
singing a song
when
of
brave
love.
Rodrigo
Oh,
screams
that
when
I
leaves
am
the
so
village
proud.
gleams.
My dearest Mama, there will be Christmas after all!
Christmas will exceed our finest dreams.
Christopher Columbus! I'm bursting with energy. Somebody, give me a task to do.
I want you to bring Father home.
I'll write President Lincoln tonight. Another.
I want you to get Annie Moffat to invite me to her St. Valentine's Day ball.
I'll wring her bloody little neck if she doesn't. Another.
I want you to get us a Christmas tree.
Rodrigo will go chop one down immediately.
Where?
Over there. Across the road.
That's on Mr. Lawrence's property. You'll go to prison for it.
Prison? What care I for prison?
Joe is an incredible human being. Mr. Lawrence was standing at the window, glaring out. He looked sinister. I think he looked sad. I wouldn't be sad living in such a house. Has anyone ever been inside? He'd never let any of us in.
They say he's a very angry and bitter man. Joe is going to get us all into deathly trouble.
We'll be known as the family with the criminal sister.
What criminal sister?
Marty, you're home!
What's happening here?
Joe's written an operatic tragedy, and she's invited all of Concord to come see us perform it. And I'm the mother in it.
And I die in it. But it's a beautiful death.
And I play Clarissa, who's very sweet.
Sounds wonderful.
Oh, Marmee, it's Joe's best. Tell us about your day.
Well, we knitted socks and blankets for the Soldiers' Aid Society, and a letter came from Father.
A letter from Father.
Read it to us, Marmee. Where's Joe?
She's outside. Read the letter, Marmee.
We'll wait for Joe.
She may be hours.
I want to hear all the things you did today.
Charlotte
hate
Fenton
governess,
did
Mommy.
dozen
I do
biscuits
try it. The
and-
children
and
get
I
the best
felt
of me.
humiliated.
Rodrigo has returned!
Joe,
Marmee!
where did you get that tree?
I borrowed it from Mr. Lawrence.
Joe, you didn't.
I took it for us, Marmee.
Take it back immediately.
Take it back? But that's like bringing back a chicken after you chopped off its head.
Do let us keep it. It's Christmas, Marmee.
No, destroying someone else's property?
Well, we could give it to the Hummels. They have so little.
Good. The tree goes to the Hummels then. Now what about Mr. Lawrence?
What about him?
Mr. Lawrence?
Yes, Mr. Lawrence. You.
Me?
You chopped down my perfect Douglas fir. I should have you arrested.
I'll make it up to you, sir.
With what?
I'll plant 6 more,
12
and I'll chop it forward for a few days.
weeks. And I hope such an incident never happens again. You've ruined my day.
He loves his trees. My name's Theodore Lawrence III, but everyone calls me Laurie. I've come to live here in Concord. I can play the piccolo, I can sleep standing up, and I won a medal at school for holding my breath for nearly 3 minutes before passing out. I thought it was terrifically daring of you chopping down grandfather's tree. Well, goodbye.
Theodore Lawrence III, would you mind bringing this tree to the Hummels?
Joe,
I don't mind.
He doesn't mind.
Just point me in the right direction.
It's about a half a mile down the road. The red house with the broken shingles.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Joe, you must think before you act on every whim.
I just want us all to have a wonderful Christmas.
But letters come from Father.
Christopher Columbus!
Do read the letter, Marmee.
My dear wife, the war goes on and on. The end seems nowhere in sight.
The days are difficult and long, but I am well.
He's well.
Still, it's very lonely away from my dear ones, especially lonely as Christmas is approaching. Each night, in my tent, I think of my precious girls.
He thinks of us.
Give them all my love, and give them a sweet kiss. Tell them to be good girls, faithful and hardworking, and to conquer that which is disagreeable in them, so that when I return, I'll be fonder and prouder than ever of my little women.
Why are we looking so glum? Do we have an operatic tragedy to perform or not? We do. Then we have work to do. There are costumes to complete, and we'll need an oleo curtain for you to paint.
And will you perform something, Marmee?
Do, Marmee.
I'll write something thrilling for you, with daring and passion. Yes, I will. We'll make this the best Christmas ever. We March women are invincible. Come, let's get to work.
I'll get my paints. I'll go find Marmee a costume.
I'll design the handbill.
I still don't know why you couldn't have kept that tree.
My dear husband. Write a letter, be inventive, tell you everything is fine. Be attentive to the distance
Josephine! Josephine, is that you? Josephine.
Good morning, Aunt March.
Do you know the hour?
Almost 10, I believe.
Your workday begins with me at 9. You've missed reading to me and still haven't repaired the latch on the cellar door.
I got delayed finding you this beautiful flower.
Oh, don't trifle with me, Josephine. You were dawdling.
I wasn't dawdling, I was writing a story.
You are what happens to a girl when she has no father.
I have a father.
Never here when you need him. And now my nephew has the audacity to become an army chaplain when he can't even support his own family. Josephine, listen to me. You are on the verge of womanhood.
Christopher Columbus.
And just look at you. You go about writing these senseless stories, constantly trying to save the world, and you can't even save yourself.
I don't need saving.
There are many pitfalls a girl can fall into, Josephine, and you're heading towards all of them. I want to see you shine. Even if you're not rich, you can at least marry well.
I'll never marry.
Oh, you'll marry. All girls marry.
I'm not all girls.
With a good marriage, you can have power, and you can take your place in society.
I don't give two figs about society.
And there is no point in our having this conversation. It's clear to me I could never take you to Europe.
Take me to Europe?
It was an idle thought of mine.
Do you know how important it is for a writer to travel? It's been my dream, Aunt March.
We earn our dreams in this world, Josephine. It's foolish of me to think that you could ever change your ways.
I could try.
You could never bend your will. You could never follow through. You can never bite your tongue, though your tongue may split in two. If you want to live your dreams, these are things you have to do. How could you change? You can't, not you.
I could change if I wanted to.
Could you practice self-control? Could you possibly be shy? Could you wear a corset tight in the heat of mid-July? These are rules you must obey, everyone which you defy. You'll never change. You won't, that's why. Yet somewhere deep in my heart I do believe you could captivate the world. If you could change, there is so much you could achieve. In time you could succeed and travel very far indeed. You could be beguiling,
Charming me.
someone well-mannered, a model of grace, learn the art of smiling.
That could be hard.
It isn't very hard for someone who'll have dreams like you. If you work, you'll find there's nothing you can't do.
So if I change, we'll go to Paris.
Change completely or don't waste my time.
If I change, we'll stop in Antwerp.
Gracious living will make you sublime.
If I change, you'll take me to Zurich.
Every city from Dublin to Caen.
Surely, with your guidance, I could learn to use feminine wiles with Elon. I could be beguiling. I could learn to charm a donkey for a chance to see the world. Learn the art of smiling. I could button up my mind and keep my thoughts perfumed and pure. Yes, I surely think I could.
If you could, that would be good.
There's nothing that I wouldn't suffer to see the world.
I could do it if I try. I could do it by sheer will. All you have to do is work to acquire any skill. These are things a girl must do when she has dreams she must fulfill. Change how you walk and how you talk. Change how you think and how you are.
I hold my breath and hold my tongue to what it takes to travel far.
Could you? Could you? Could you? Good.
Girls, it's getting quite late.
Wait till you see them, Marmee.
To think my two oldest girls are attending their first ball. Next year it'll be you, Beth.
Me? You think so?
Meg?
I can't go.
Meg, why not?
Look at me. Every girl in Concord my age has been to a ball. And this is the very first time I've even worn a dress like this. Anything like this.
I wore that very same dress to my first ball, and it didn't look half so good on me. Margaret March, you have been dreaming of Annie Moffat's St. Valentine's Day ball for months. You can't walk away from it now.
I'm not built for gowns.
You look very alluring.
I think the word is alarming. Meg's the real beauty. Look at her. She'll be the most sought-after girl at the ball.
She doesn't want to go.
Meg?
What will I do when someone asks me to dance?
Just smile and say, I'd be delighted.
Delighted,
Then offer him your hand.
delighted,
Delighted, now let him take command.
I'm hardly delighted.
You're dancing like a candle.
No, I cannot dance tonight.
I'd be delighted.
Then you go.
The music is entrancing.
Exotic.
Hypnotic.
The sound of men romancing.
Delighted,
Delighted.
And some of them are glancing.
People everywhere.
Elegance to spare.
how can I be sure they'll like me when I'm there?
I can see you dancing all night.
I'd be delighted, delighted,
So glad we were invited.
completely delighted. Who paid the coachman?
I did.
Delighted, provided, success has been decided. Delighted, we delighted, 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 sublime, delighted.
I'm ready.
Amy, what are you doing?
I'm going to the ball.
Amy,
You're
no.
what?
I found this old dress. It almost fits.
It was mine.
I know. All it needs is a pretty sash. Besides, why shouldn't I go?
Because you weren't invited.
I can go in your place.
In my place?
You don't care about good society, and I do.
I don't care about snobs. People who think they're better than you just because they have grander houses.
Well, they do have grander houses.
That's enough, Amy.
But I want elegance and fine things, Marmee.
I want passion. I want to be noticed because I'm unique, not because of some silly sash.
Sashes aren't silly. Aunt March said the right accessory could be the key to a girl's success. Besides, I never go to the ball with scorch marks on the back of my dress as big as your...
Amy, stop it. Beth, get my sewing basket.
Jo hates balls. She should just stay in her musty old attic and write her dreadful little stories.
Amy.
My stories aren't dreadful.
Nobody reads them, and nobody likes them.
Girls.
Well, I do. I'm sending that one off to a very prominent New York publisher.
And he'll hate it.
That's enough, Amy. There, Joe. It's barely noticeable.
We've got to go.
Yes. and I'll tell everyone just how sweet you are to let me borrow your fan. Good night, everyone. If anyone asks for us, we're at the ball.
Good night, everyone.
Girls, have a wonderful evening.
Amy, think about what you said. And when Joe comes home, you can apologize. Now come, girls, get ready for bed. Amy?
Coming.
It was an accident!
Joe!
I swear, Meg! Mrs. Parrot kept moving in on me. Like a mountain lion. She had this gigantic ear trumpet and kept shouting at me. What's that you say, my dear?
She's deaf!
She got so close, I spilled the entire glass of punch on her.
Oh, Joe.
And then Annie Moffat came up to me and said, "Can I be of help, Sally?" Sally? Who is Sally?
I think it's her dog.
Well, I ought to box her
Oh,
ears!
Joe, don't! We'll just take a few minutes, and then we'll go back in as if nothing happened. Our heads held high.
Yes, you're right. For a young lady who's soon to go abroad and do amazing things, I shall return poised and elegant, brimming with confidence. I shall sit Christopher Columbus!
Excuse me.
You?
Me?
What are you doing here?
I passed out. Too much dancing, I guess.
Too much punch, I'd say.
Lori? Lori, where have you been? I have been looking everywhere for you.
Mr. Brooke,
Your grandfather will be furious. He wants you to meet some
I
important people.
I have. Mr. Brooke, these are the March girls I've been telling you about. The ones from across the way. That one's Meg, right?
Yes.
And this is Joe. She cuts our firewood on occasion.
I'm Lori's tutor. Come, Lori.
Sir, you've taken my dance card.
Oh, is this yours? I'm sorry. So you're Margaret March?
Yes, I am.
It's a splendid party, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Quite lovely. So, you're from Boston?
Actually, Maine.
Oh, I've never been to Maine.
You should go. It's a beautiful country. Very primitive.
I like primitive.
You do?
Mr. Brooke is a romantic.
Is that true?
No, I read Sheets and Kelly. I mean, Keats and Shelley.
So do I.
Keat. Excuse me.
Christopher Columbus!
Would you care to dance, Miss March?
Meg, you're about to join the other ladies in the salon.
I'd be delighted, Mr. Brooke. Excuse us, Joe.
Did you see that? Did you see what he just... What is it with you and that smile?
You make me beam.
Well, you look ridiculous.
You're looking very fetching tonight.
Fetching, really?
So tell me, when you're not attending balls, what do you do?
I write blood and gut stories. I make extraordinary plans. I'm going to Europe. I'm going to meet famous writers and revolutionaries. So what about you? What do you do? Army tells me you're all alone in the world, no mother or father. Must be horrible for you.
It's not horrible. I've got a cranky old grandfather, and I've got a cat, and,
What?
well, I was hoping to say you.
Me? You don't have me.
I know I have no right, but sometimes late at night I watch you in the attic, pacing back and forth like a maniac. I've never met a girl like you, anyone at all like you. This is very nice, such a lovely party. The music sounds so thrilling. It makes a person feel like dancing. I'm very good. I won a medal for dancing at school.
I don't dance. Besides, I've got a patch on the back of my dress.
A patch? Let me
No.
see. Let
No.
me see.
No!
I like it. That patch could start a whole new fashion. You dance with me tonight, and I guarantee by next spring, every girl in Concord will be wearing a patch on her dress. We could do 100 things, do anything you please. We could fly on golden wings across the 7 seas. I'll bet we could get a camel through a needle if you'll take a chance on me.
You're a lunatic!
We could catch 1,000 stars and send them on a pin. We could leave from here to Mars and make the planet spin. If you want to do all the things you ever dreamed of, come on, take a chance on me. We could be such friends. Friends are never lonely. All I know is books. Books are solitary, but I see you every day. How you live in your own way, and you make me want to dare to take a chance on you.
All right. We could box if you like.
You box?
You ready?
I should warn you, I won a medal for boxing at school.
So that's how you win medals?
We could live a million dreams, but only if we dare. We could go to such extremes. There's so much we could share. We'll circle the world doing all we've ever dreamed of. And we'll live in our own way. And I'll see you every day. We'll be the best of friends when you take a chance on me. So, what do you say? Try me.
I challenge you to a skating race at the park tomorrow. Come on.
We'll circle the world, doing all we've ever dreamed of. 'Cause you'll take a chance, yes, you'll take a chance. Finally take a chance on me.
you're home.
Meg.
Excuse me, Mrs. March. Mr. John Brooke, Laurie's tutor. We were dancing tonight and the ankle may be sprained. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Evening began strangely, but ended magnificently. Well, good night.
Good night. Can you walk on it?
Oh, it's nothing, Marmee. Tell us about the ball.
I tried to lead it like things, Marmee, that went unnoticed. Except by Mr. Lawrence's grandson. And poor Meg. No one even asked her to dance besides that pompous Mr. Brooke.
He danced divinely. I had a wonderful time. In fact, I had the best time of my life. I may have left here a girl, but I came home a woman.
A woman? What's she talking about? Meg? It's just Meg being silly, Marmee. Girls, off to bed. It's been a long day for all of us. Beth, darling, look what I brought you. A truffle.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Good night, Marmee.
Amy.
I'm sorry for the things I said, Joe.
And for you, Miss March, a petit four. A little squashed, but still edible.
Thank you.
Coming, Joe? I just want to put the finishing touches on my story. Don't be too long. And see that the fire goes out. Amy! Amy! Amy, where are you?
What's happened?
Amy!
Joe?
Amy!
Joe, what is it?
Amy, what did you do with my story?
Nothing.
Amy, what did you do? I was working on that story all day and night!
I burned it.
You what?
And I'm glad I did.
Amy, I have to choke you! No!
Go on. I bare my throat to you.
Girls, stop it. Go to bed. What's gotten into you both? She burned my story! Amy, what did you do?
She deserved it.
No, Amy, she did not deserve it. You did an intolerable thing.
But Marmee,
You destroyed what meant the world to Joe.
Joe has everything.
What do I have? I wear dresses with patches. I read a story that my sister burned.
You could have given me the invitation.
The invitation was meant for me. Your time will come, Amy.
No, my time will never come. I'm always last. I'm always forgotten. I'm never invited anywhere. I just want something special.
It's enough. Both of you, look at me. I can't demand you two love one another, but I do demand you live together with respect.
Hate the way I look. Hate this nightgown.
It was mine.
I know. I just want something that's mine. And I'll take back my fan.
I'm so sorry. It's not your fault. Though you did give birth to her. Can't you see she wants to be like you? She wants to have what you have. She's just a child, Joe. She's not a child. She's a demon in a child's body. Joe, if I could bring back your story, I would. My writing is everything to me, Marmee. It's who I am, it's my future, it's my passion. That passion is still in you. Believe me, Joe, it's still there. I'll never forgive her. You're not wrong, Joe, to feel anger. But if you built up a wall between you and Amy, the one person you may end up hurting is yourself. And I couldn't bear that. Try and get some sleep. I can't sleep. I won't. never fall asleep again. Not for decades, no, not even then. My life was in this story. How could she be so cruel? How can so much be lost so easily? I wrote my heart out, it does not seem fair. I'll rage until I'm withered. I'll grow cold and bitter. Carlotta. Carlotta, the mad woman in the attic. Yes. A spinster rejected by the world. She attached golden braids to her hair.
Joe! Joe, come skating with me. The pond's still frozen enough. The ice is magnificent today. Joe!
Laurie,
Come.
I'm finishing a story.
Finish it later. I want to win at least one race before winter's over.
All right. I'll give you a 2-minute head start.
2 minutes?
And still beat you.
Go with them. Joe doesn't want me. Go anyway. Joe hasn't talked to me in 3 weeks. I even drew a picture of her with beautiful hair and she just ignored it. Besides, my old ice skates don't fit me anymore. Take mine. Really? Oh, thank you, Beth. I hope one day I can be sweet like you. You are sweet.
Watch where you're going.
Sorry, Mr. Lawrence.
That piano sounds terrible.
It needs a tuning, sir.
And where is my grandson, Laurie?
I'm sure he'll be home soon.
The boy has missed 6 lessons, fallen behind in all his work. I have strictly forbidden him to associate with this family.
But why, sir?
Because a man needs an iron will if he is to succeed in this world, and this family will only soften him. Which one of the dreadful little March girls are you?
I'm Dreadful Beth.
Ah, yes. Laurie says you're the one who wants to play my priceless piano. It's out of the question. The piano belonged to my daughter, Laurie's mother, and it has been locked since she passed away, and that is how it shall stay. Are you afraid of me?
A little.
Why?
It might have something to do with your face, sir. It's very hard.
Well, I can't help my hard face. We'll continue what you were playing. Come, come, I do not have all day. Well, aren't you going to play or not?
If you say, come with me off to Massachusetts, then to Massachusetts we will go. We will buy dishes there, maybe even 2 sets. Buy the finest china, then we'll dine a while on crepe Suzettes.
Well, go on.
We will build model boats off in Massachusetts, there in Massachusetts by the bay. Put them together and wait until the glue sets.
What's the matter now?
I don't remember the rest, sir.
While we wait, we'll poke afore the folk along the parapets.
Off,
To Massachusetts,
yes, we're off.
to where the shops are sweet.
We will play minuets off in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, Beacon Street.
If you say,
If
come
you
with
say,
me, off to
come with me,
Massachusetts,
then to Massachusetts we will go.
We will
We
buy
will
dishes
buy
there, maybe
dishes
even 2
there.
sets.
Buy the finest china, then we'll dine a while on crepe Suzettes.
Yes, we're off
Boston, Massachusetts, yes, we're off.
Yes, we're off
to where the shops are sweet.
We will have no regrets off in Massachusetts. Boston, Massachusetts, we.
Boston, Massachusetts, we.
Boston, Massachusetts, we repeat. Well, goodbye. Come visit me tomorrow. I'll see if I can find the key to that old piano and see if there's still some sheet music left in it. Will you come?
Yes.
Oh, and when you see Laurie, tell him I wish to see him at once.
Meg! What is it, Beth? Mr. Lawrence was just here and he offered to let me play his piano.
Oh, Beth.
He's really not as terrible as we all thought.
Meg, Beth,
Amy?
What's happened?
she fell through the ice.
She was skating by the bridge, and suddenly the ice gave way. I got to her just in time.
She's careless. She's rash.
She just wanted to be with you.
You don't think. You know you're not supposed to skate by the bridge. Everyone knows the ice by the bridge is dangerous.
I know. But you didn't want me skating near you. I love your stories, Joe. I even tried to write one to make up for what I did, but I couldn't think of anything to say, so I drew that picture of you with your beautiful hair, and
And my big mouth.
you just ignored it.
You skate recklessly. If it wasn't for Laura, you could have been killed.
Maybe it would have been better if I had.
Just never talk like that. When the ice broke underneath you, all I could think of was I could have lost you.
Well, then go on, Joe. Forgive her.
See how much she's changed.
I think
See
she
her
deserves
sweet
the same.
side.
Everybody, stop it. I was devastated when you burned my story. I didn't understand you would do such a thing. Promise me. Promise me you'll never think of me as an enemy, but as a sister who loves you.
I promise, Joe.
Four March Sisters forever.
Forever!
Laurie. Laurie, who saved Amy and made this day possible. I would like to declare before everyone, before the world, that on this day of forgiveness and joy, that you, Theodore Lawrence III, who has valiantly lost all contest to me, I declare you our brother. The brother we never had. Swear to us your greatest oath of loyalty, an oath as dazzling as your charms.
I swear I'll follow you like royalty.
Come wear our royal coat arms. From now on we are joined, and we shall not be parted. From this day on it's all for one, and one for all for life.
We'll live like musketeers.
Together we'll prevail. We'll be fine for all forever from now on.
Now each of us must swear for all eternity, our bond shall never be undone.
Nothing shall sever this fraternity. We'll always live and die as one. From now on we are joined, and we shall not be parted. From this day on it's all for one, and one for all for life. Together we will fight.
Your battles will be mine.
We'll be fine for all forever from now on. Speech!
On this wonderful day.
It's wonderful.
One I'll never forget.
Never forget.
I am honored to say I am yours.
From this day on we swear that we shall not be parted. From this day on, no matter what, we're fight for all for life. We'll conquer every foe with our brother by our side.
And if John John Brooke were here, he'd be our brother too.
Meg's in love.
We'll consider any friend.
We'll be loyal to the end.
We'll be fine for all forever.
We'll be fine for all forever.
We'll be fine for all forever from now on and on and on. From now on!
Miss March, you must hurry if you want to make it to the station.
Amy, darling, are you ready? Amy, Aunt March will be here soon.
You don't want to miss your train.
I'll need a few more minutes. I'm waiting for Joe. Tell me I'm doing the right thing.
You're doing the right thing.
I've never left my girls before.
Well, your husband has pneumonia, and he needs you with him in Washington.
I feel like I'm being torn in two. One part of
I'll
me
look
here,
in
the
on
other part.
the girls every day.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence.
I'll just take this to the carriage. Good morning, Beth.
Good morning, sir. I fixed you a basket of food.
Thank you, Beth.
Amy's almost ready. She's packed up half the house.
Where's Joe? I sent her to Aunt March's hours ago. She should have been back by now.
I'll go find her. Here's the shawl Father loves so much. Oh, Marmee, please don't make me go to Aunt March's house. Everything's so old in it. Scares me. Here's the drawing I drew of you. The apple blossoms in your hair. The goddess of spring. It's for Father. Is he going to die?
No, Amy. I'll see to it that he recovers. Go get the rest of your things.
I'm sorry I'm so late. I did get the money, though.
Thank you, Joe. I know how difficult it is for you to ask Aunt March.
I didn't ask her. I couldn't. So I went to the town common and tried to sell my stories all morning. When that failed, I sold my hair.
Oh my, you're bald.
I'm not bald.
Your hair was your best feature. I think she looks beautiful.
Now Marmee will have enough money to go to Washington and stay with Father for as long as he needs her. Here, $27.25. I threw in a few cents I'd stashed away.
You shouldn't have done this, Joe. I'm so
Disappointed.
proud. It was a very courageous thing to do. Thank you, Joe.
Your carriage is ready, Mrs. March. Joe? You look different.
Miss March, you must hurry if you want to make it to the train.
I guarantee by next summer that every girl in Concord will be wearing her hair.
Lori!
Come, let me hold my girls.
We've never been parted before. I feel awful.
Oh, Amy.
Don't worry, Marmee. I'll care for everything while you're gone.
My dear Margaret, make sure your husband recovers. Yes, Aunt March. Thank you for taking Amy. Amy, tell Aunt March how excited you are.
I'm so excited about living with you while Marmee's in Washington.
Naturally. No glum faces, and no tears. I'll be back as soon as possible. And you all grow up so fast. Goodbye, Aunt March.
And you'll tell Father how much I miss him and love him.
Josephine! What have you done?
I sold my hair so Marmee could have a safe journey to Washington.
You did what? I told you, if you need money, come to me.
I thought I could earn my own money.
Cutting one's hair and selling it like a beggar is not an option for a lady. You look like a shorn sheep. Have you forgotten our contract?
I never forget it. Traveling, seeing Europe, London, Paris.
You don't live up to your part of the bargain, so why should I live up to mine?
I tried to live up to my part of the bargain. I went to a ball, I improved my manners. I read books on etiquette. I practiced dancing with Meg. I held my tongue in several situations when I wanted to scream out. I fire in me, Aunt March.
Well, to see how far this fire takes you in life. See what doors this fire will open. See what society thinks of your fire.
To hell with society!
Josephine!
We don't live for society. We live for what is inside of us. To expand our minds, fulfill our dreams, engage in passionate exchanges.
That's enough! You think you know everything and you know nothing. Europe is meant for somebody with a little more understanding of its rewards.
Aunt March, please.
The subject is closed.
The subject is not closed. And if it is, I open it up again. I'll go to Europe. I'll go if I have to swim there. Hello, John.
I like your haircut, Joe.
My hair will grow back too.
And who is this man?
This is Laurie's tutor and a friend.
Well, tell your friend his visit should be brief. Amy, collect your things. I'll be waiting for you in the carriage. I have plans for you.
Yes, ma'am. John, what have you done?
I've enlisted. I couldn't stand by any longer. Your own father's in the Army hospital in Washington. I have friends who will never return.
When do you leave?
Tonight. Meg, I am not a rich man. And I'm not particularly handsome for that.
You're very handsome, John.
Really? You think so? I'm not the wisest man in the world.
You're very wise.
Thank you. Meg. Margaret, if you could find it in your heart, if you could love me as I love you, if only you'll care while we are apart, I will be rich, I would be wise, I will be more than I am.
Wait till you return. Wait while you're at war.
If you will wait while I am gone, if you'll imagine me here with you, if only you'll care if I carry on, then I will be strong.
Why must you go?
I could be brave.
Don't be too brave.
I will be
Only come home.
more than I am. If you will say you love me enough to marry me, I will come home and love you.
Swear you'll come
all of my
home.
life. And I will be more than I am. Say yes, make me more than I am.
I'll marry you tomorrow. I'll marry you today. Come home and I will love you for all of my life.
I swear to you now with all my heart, I swear I will love you as you love me. From this moment on, we'll be apart.
I will be more than I am.
With you, I am more than I am. I'll write to you every day, twice a day. 5 times a day.
It's settled.
What?
to Europe. Why shouldn't we? Here we are, young women on our own, taking care of ourselves. I'll save my pennies. I'll get a real job.
Joe,
I've planned out our itinerary. We'll go to Spain first, Madrid, then to Rome, visit the Vatican, have an audience with the Pope. It's a wonderful idea, isn't it?
Joe, I'm engaged. John proposed and I accepted.
Oh, Meg, that's so romantic. Meg's engaged. Have a big wedding. Aunt March says they're very fashionable. Amy, Aunt March is looking for you. I'll come back for you later. Goodbye, everyone.
What about our promise to remain together?
We made that promise a long time ago, Joe. I've changed. You've changed.
I haven't changed. I never make a promise one day and then break it another. Our word is everything, Meg.
I love him.
So you love him. I'm talking about us. Our future as a family is at stake.
Joe,
You can't turn your back on us.
I'm not turning my back on you.
I told you, I'm going to become a famous writer.
I know.
I'll give you everything you ever dreamed of.
But if she loves him, Joe,
I do. With all my heart and soul.
I've lost Meg.
you haven't lost Meg.
I've lost my trip to Europe.
You'll find your way there someday, Joe. I know you will. You can do anything. You can make the clouds disappear.
It's you who makes the clouds disappear.
Tell me all about your day.
Well, I sold my hair.
Yes.
And then I went to the town common and screamed out, Joe March is here! And then I began to recite my story, Carlotta.
Carlotta. Carlotta, the mad woman in the attic. A creature of gall. A spinster rejected by the world. Rose from the dark. Joe? Joe March? Her eyes were a beady red. Her hair a ghastly white. It's your best friend, Theodore Lawrence III. And her fingers were clutched with rage as she went out into the dark.
Lori! Lori! So good to see you. You haven't been here in weeks.
I was in Boston. I have dreadful news.
What news?
Well, with the war over, Grandfather's insisted I get on with my life. He's enrolled me in school.
What?
I'll be leaving just in time for the summer session.
That's wonderful news.
What's wonderful about it? Leaving the best friend I've ever had?
I can't imagine living in Concord without you. Not seeing your silly grin every day.
I don't want to go.
But you've got to go. This is an amazing opportunity. College, I'd go in a minute. I'd study everything.
What do you need of schools? You're going to be a famous writer.
Famous?
I need to tell you something.
Tell me something.
Ever since that first day we met, do you remember that day?
Of course.
The day you chopped down Grandfather's cherished tree. Well, ever since then, I knew that you and I would be magnificent together.
We are magnificent together.
My sweet Joe, for these past few weeks, months, this whole year actually, I've wanted...
What was that?
It was a kiss.
I know it was a kiss.
It was my first kiss. and thought about it a long time now. We could live a million dreams, but only if we dare. We could go to such extremes. There's so much we could share.
What's got into you?
Look here. I took a part of my inheritance, and I bought you this ring.
A ring?
I want to marry you, Joe.
Marry me? Stop this, Lori. It's not funny.
I practiced saying those words over and over again. Marry me. Marry me.
No. No. Find someone else. Find some accomplished girl.
I don't want an accomplished girl. I want you.
You can't have me.
At least say you'll think about it.
There's nothing to think about. I'll never marry.
You don't mean that.
I do.
You'll marry.
I won't.
Yes, you will. Just someone else. That's what you're really trying to say. You'll find someone.
Go away. I thought you understood me.
All along you knew how I felt. Everybody knew.
All along you knew who I am. What I want. I bared my soul to you, Lori. Go away.
Joe!
Please, just go. Who's he? Who's he with his marry me? With his ring and his marry me? The nerve, the gall. This is not what was meant to be. How could he ruin it all with those two words? I thought I knew him, thought that he knew me. When did it change? What did I miss? A kiss when I thought all along that we were meant to forge frontiers. How could I be so wrong? And I need my sisters here. If I can share my dreams, what were they for? I thought our promise meant that we would never change and never part. I thought together we'd amaze the world. How can I live my dreams or even start when everything has come apart? I thought home was all I'd ever want. My attic, all I'd ever need. But nothing feels the way it was before, and I don't know how to proceed. I only know I'm meant for something more. I've got to know if I can be astonishing. There's a life that I am meant to lead, alive like nothing I have known. I can feel it, and it's far from here. I've got to find it on my own. Even though I feel its heat upon my skin, a life of passion pulls me from within, a life that I am making to begin. There must be somewhere I can be astonishing, astonishing. I'll find my way. I'll find it far away. I'll find it in the unexpected and unknown. I'll find my life in my own way today. Here I go, and there's no turning back. My great adventure has till I find my time and place. I will be fearless, surrendering modesty and grace. I will not disappear without a trace. I'll shout and start a riot, be anything but quiet. Christopher Columbus, I'll be astonishing, astonishing, astonishing. At last. Race from the forest, race to the moors where she called. I have returned, Braxton. I will free the moors of your tyranny. Fight me!
I always knew you'd come back to me. They always do.
Clarissa thrusts. She parries. She backs up Braxton and pins him against a tree. She leaps up on a craggy rock, her sword swishing and swooshing. Never has she been so determined. She is on fire! Pity she hadn't taken dueling lessons. Then, out of nowhere, who should appear but the long-forgotten Rodrigo!
This is your end, villain. I waited a lifetime to destroy you.
Who are you?
I am your worst nightmare, Braxton. I am her sister.
And then Dashwood got on his knees, crying, "Sell this to me, please."
Miss March!
Then he ordered for more. Now I'm writing for the Weekly Volcano Press. I'm ready for destiny. My tresses are curled.
Your dreams come true.
I'll take
in
what
extraordinary ways. Starting a day can be so amazing. And sometimes when you yearn, you burn, yeah.
I'm ready to take
And then you are not the same. The world becomes yours to claim. When someone else feels the flame, pledge to world's world. Congratulations! I am, what is the word?
Amazed.
Flabbergasted and delighted.
Christopher Columbus, you were right, Professor.
About what?
Everything. I'm going to become a published writer. I can't believe it. $30.25 more for my commission.
You are rich.
I feel rich. Do you dance, Professor?
No.
Neither do I, but today I could.
We should celebrate your success, Miss March. Have you ever been to the Broadway Gardens?
Are you asking me to dinner, Professor?
No. Yes.
I should like that.
Oh, Miss March, I almost forgotten all this excitement. This telegram came for you. More good news, I suspect.
Open it, Miss March.
I will. Today I could start a revolution.
What is it, Miss Marsh?
Is it not good news?
Dear God, no. My sister Beth has contracted scarlet fever. gravely ill. I must go to her immediately.
I'm sorry, dear.
Is there anything we can do?
No, thank you. Mrs. Kirk, tell your girls.
They'll be fine.
Tell them to keep reading.
I will.
Thank you both for everything.
Miss March, I would like to accompany you.
Accompany me.
You should not travel alone.
I traveled here alone. I'm not afraid. I shall be fine. But thank you.
Miss March, you will be back.
Of course.
And Miss March, viel Glück.
Yes. I need good luck.
Your simple acquaintance is leaving you, Professor.
Yes. Yes.
A little more, John. Keep pushing. Heavy piece of wood, isn't it?
Light as a feather, sir.
And Beth knows nothing.
Joe has seen to everything.
There.
Yes.
At last, it has found a home.
It's quite a beauty, sir. I'll let Joe know.
Oh, John, wait. The flowers.
It's magnificent. But Mr. Lawrence, you shouldn't have.
But I did. And enough said on the matter.
Joe,
She's ready.
it's in place.
Meg!
Where are you taking me?
You'll see.
Is it Amy? Is she back?
It's not Amy, and she's not back.
Well, what is it then?
Patience! There.
Mr. Lawrence,
Over here.
your piano?
No, Beth. Yours.
Mine? Or me, no.
There was no arguing with him.
Why, sir?
Well, because I kept asking, where's that dreadful little March girl? It missed you.
Go sit in it, Beth.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. I shall treasure it.
Play something for us. Sounds good.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I received a letter from Lori this morning. He had been in New York.
Lori was in New York?
Didn't he come to see you?
No.
Well, I'm sorry, but he was in such a bad way, moping about for weeks. I insisted he go do some business for me, and then to Europe and enjoy himself. And guess who he met up with in Florence?
Who?
Amy and your Aunt March. Miss March, may I join you?
Be an honor, sir.
If you say, come with me off to Massachusetts, then to Massachusetts we will go.
We will buy dishes there, maybe even 2 sets. Buy the finest china, then we'll dine a while on crepe Suzettes.
New York? I miss it.
Off to Massachusetts, yes, we're off to where the shops are sweet.
Dear Professor Bear, I've been meaning to write to you. So much is happening here. My sister Meg is having a baby. My sister Beth is very frail. But I know I have it in me to make her better. I've decided to take her and my mother to Cape Cod for a few weeks, to Falmouth. Given all that is happening here, I don't know when I'll be able to return to New York. I miss it. I miss those volatile exchanges we had. I miss our walks in the park to hear the speakers shout about how they would change the world. I, too, would like to change the world.
Yes, of course. And how are you, sir? She asks how I am. So, how am I? My days are the usual days. I wake up, I go out. She asks how I am. How can I reply? I go through my daily routines. I give lessons, I wait. Time goes by. But lately, I find there is pleasure in humming a silly tune. And some days I go to the park and I sit there all afternoon. Some evenings I swear I can hear a door slam. The house is far too quiet now. That is how I am.
Marmee, so beautiful with the waves and all the shells.
I believe this one's a
Ever seen?
I shall leave you two.
No, Marmee.
Stay. I'll write a letter to Father. Tell him how beautiful the Cape is this time of year. I love you.
Oh, Beth, this is a dream come true. Come out of that chair. Help me put this kite together.
Tell me again about New York.
It's a circus.
Circus.
Clowns, waltzing camels, dancing horses. Sometimes they come out right out on the street. Museums and theaters. Beth, everywhere.
The women, are they shameless?
Some of them, anyway. It's an amazing place. I'm going to take you there.
To New York?
And we'll dine in the best restaurants. And see Shakespeare and ride on the omnibus. And mingle with unsavory characters.
Joe, I have something for you. Marmee says the shell is over 1,000 years old, and once upon a time I believe it had an amazing life. If you put it to your ear, it talks to you.
What does it say?
It says we grow up too fast. You're a woman of the world now, Joe. I'm so proud of you.
When you were first born, not an hour old, I told Marmee
Beth is mine.
Everyone has someone special in the world. And I have you, my sweet Beth. Give me a task to do.
Let's pretend we're riding on a kite. Let's imagine we're flying through the air.
We'll ascend until we're out of sight. Light as paper, we'll soar.
Let's be wild up high above the sand. Feel the wind, the world at our command. Let's enjoy the view and Neverland.
Floating far from the shore.
Some things are meant to be. The clouds moving fast and free.
The sun on a silver sea.
A sky that's bright and blue. And some things will never end.
The thrill of our magic ride.
The love that I feel inside for you.
We'll climb high beyond the break of day.
Sleep in stardust and dine pass the days doing only as we please. That's what living is for. Can I tell you a secret?
Anything.
I never made plans about what I would do when I grew up. I'm not afraid to die, Joe. The hardest part is leaving you.
I won't let it happen. You'll get better. You will.
Some things are meant to be. The tide turning endlessly. The way it takes hold of me. No matter what I do. And some things will never die. The promise of who you are. Your memories when I am far from you. All my life I've lived for loving you. Let me go now. Everybody, I'm home.
Look at this house.
Marmee, Joe.
We left it in shambles and it's still in shambles.
Did you see the look I gave the coachman, Aunt March? His impertinence. He caught almost every bump in the road.
One must always be civil to a coachman, Amy. You must respect those who have the reins, unless you want to wrench the reins from them.
Yes, Aunt March. Marmee, Joe.
And remember, Amy, you're a lady now.
Yes, I'm a lady. Meg? When did this house get so small?
As we grow grand, Amy, the world around us often diminishes in size. I've known people who've almost disappeared before my very eyes.
You're such a dear, Aunt March. Thank you so much for everything.
Now, let me go see about that wretched coachman.
Remember, Aunt March, respect those who have the reins.
Very good.
Amy?
Meg? Oh, Meg.
Marmee! Amy, let me look at you. You're so beautiful.
You're a mother now. Twins, I can't believe it.
Oh, neither can I. Marmee, look at her.
Marmee!
My baby is home. You're all grown up.
I am, Marmee. I really am. I feel older. I feel sophisticated. Oh, you can't imagine all the experiences I had. But wherever I went, I'd always think, if only Joe, if only Meg, if only Beth.
Amy.
I'm so sorry I wasn't here to say goodbye to her. I cried for weeks. Aunt March said I was being unreasonable, but my heart was breaking not to be here with her.
Beth understood.
Joe?
She said, tell Amy not to fret.
Did she really say that?
She was so brave to the very end. You'd have been proud of her.
I bought her this metronome. Man said there wasn't another one like it. Where did we get that new piano?
Mr. Lawrence gave it to Beth.
Such a dear, isn't he? Oh, it's so good to be home in our dear house.
Come, Amy. Show us what you brought back.
It's a king's ransom. Oh, I have so much to tell you all. I ate frogs. Actual frogs. And how's John? Is he still romantic? More so. Oh, I knew it. Men are so amazing.
It's almost everything.
Lori! I didn't know you were coming back too.
Yes, we all sailed back on the same ship.
You look different.
Do I? I'm taller, about an inch or so.
It was so good of you to comfort Amy and Aunt March after our loss of Beth.
When I heard the news, I was devastated. I didn't come visit you in New York. I wanted to.
No, I don't blame you. I was horrible to you. I was so unfeeling.
You said what you felt.
No, Guess what? I sold the story.
I knew it. I always had that sort of faith in you, Joe.
I know you did.
You look different, too. Very distinguished.
Really? I've missed you.
I've missed you, too. You know, I've learned something about myself.
What's that?
I was never meant to fly on golden wings.
Who is?
You. You, Joe. You were meant to soar. Me, I was meant for more mundane things. I've decided to go into Grandfather's business. I know it's the last thing I would have thought for myself, but I'm sort of fascinated with the prospects. I shall become wily and shrewd.
Hurry, there you are.
Amy, did you tell Joe?
Tell me what?
The most amazing thing.
Really, quite a thing.
You tell her.
No, you tell her.
All right, I'll tell her. We were under the Bridge of Sighs,
In a gondola,
under Italian skies.
she was singing lullabies.
Said he liked the way I sing.
The day was ours.
We talked for hours.
It was amazing.
I said I love fireflies.
I said, so do
I
I.
told him I hate goodbyes.
There was something in her eyes.
I swear that bells began to ring.
We found that we
We're so alike.
It was amazing.
So tell me, who proposed to who?
You know, we were trying to be so discreet about it.
Amazing, there we were in Venice.
In a gondola.
In Venice.
When he suddenly stood up
And shouted, will you marry me?
It was so romantic.
Then I fell into the water.
And before we even knew it,
She dove in and rescued me.
it happened before we knew.
How could we have known?
Amazing what time can do.
From that moment my heart flew.
We'll be married in the spring.
Whoever thought in all the world we'd fall in love, and yet we did.
It was amazing.
Amazing, amazing, the most amazing thing.
Come, Lori, come help me with the rest of my things.
She's bought half of Europe.
And we'll buy the other half on our next trip. Oh, and Lori, later Aunt March would like to speak to us about wedding etiquette.
Lori, welcome to the family.
Thank you, Joe.
I never meant for it to happen like this. I always thought of Lori as yours.
He's never been mine. He's always been one of us.
Here, I brought this for you. It's a book of my drawings. I drew all the things you should have seen, all the churches and palaces and mountains. I want you to have it.
No, Amy, I can't.
Yes, you can. We'll always be close, Joe. That'll never change.
Never. Thank you, Amy. Your drawings are beautiful. It's been a while since you've been up here. I know. The room needs an airing and a dusting. I'll get to it. This attic used to be such a sanctuary for you. Whenever you were sad or disappointed, you'd run up here, bolt the door, come back hours later so full of life. I haven't seen that Joe in a long time. I can't write. I can't do anything, really. You're right. In the past, I could always think of something. Beth would say, Joe can make the clouds disappear. I want Beth back. I should have never gone to New York.
Joe.
If I'd stayed, everything would have been different.
Joe, no one did more for Beth than you did. You could not have changed what happened.
How do you manage? How do you go on day in and day out as if nothing happened?
You think that's how I go on?
You're so strong and wise. How can I find your strength?
Don't make so much of me, Joe. I never dreamed of the sorrow. I never thought I'd have reason to lament. I hoped I'd never know heartbreak. How I wish I could change the way things went. I wanted nothing but goodness. I wanted reason to prevail, not this bare emptiness. I wanted days of plenty, but I refuse to feel tragic. I am aching for more than pain and grief. There has got to be meaning. Most of all, when a life has been so brief, I have got to learn something. How can I give her any less? I want life to go on. I want days of plenty. You have to believe there is reason for hope. You have to believe that the answers will come. You can't let this defeat you. I won't let this defeat you. You must fight to keep her there within you. So believe that she mattered, and believe that she always will. She will always be with you. She'll be part of the days you've yet to fill. She will live in your bounty. She will live as you carry on your life. So carry on, full of hope. She How do I go on? Just in empty room. All I have are memories. I need a task to do. Someone give me a task to do. I need a I thought that somehow we would always have forever. I thought the promises we made would have a different end. I thought the love we shared would keep us as we were. They were fire within me. We dreamed and plotted with abandon in this attic. When we were gathered here, the room became our citadel. We were amazing then, my sisters and I. They were the fire within me. In this room I knew we were alive. Nothing was too painful to survive. We faced the world together, the four of us, forever side by side. Everything I promised was for them. All of us, the way we used to be. How can that be lost forever? How when I gave everything with all my heart? It was several days before Christmas. It was several days before Christmas. The sisters sat about the parlor and grumbled about their fate. Meg, the oldest and most romantic, said, "It's not fair some girls have pretty things while we all have nothing. And it won't be Christmas without presents," said Amy, with her usual pout. "And we won't have Father to read to us," said Joe, who yearned to travel and write great books. Only Beth, sitting contented, said, in a tone so sweet, even angels would have listened. "But we've got each other." Everything I promised was for them. All of us, the way we used to be. We will always have each other. They will always be the fire in my heart.
Suddenly life is something vast. The four of us, forever, here at last. As unexpected as can be. Astonishing.
Will we ever get through this day?
Today will be magnificent. Soon Laurie and Amy will be in wedded bliss.
Meg, I can't get married looking like this. The dress isn't très beau. The dress is very très beau. Why did I choose white for the flowers?
Amy, let me finish your hair.
I made all the wrong decisions for the wedding, Marmee. This dress, the flowers.
You look like a Madonna.
Merci, John. It was all Laurie's idea to have the wedding at our very petite maison, and I can deny mon amour nothing.
Why is she speaking French?
Was I that silly at our wedding?
Worse.
John!
You were inspiring and
John! Father's telegram's to be arriving at noon. You must go meet him at the station.
3 sets of dishes, 2 sets of silver, 16 chairs, 4 cut glass bowls, and all the flowers from my conservatory. I have been joyfully divested of all my worldly possessions.
Where's Amy?
You're not to see her before the wedding.
I know. Grandfather, here's the champagne you asked for.
I'll take it.
Come, let's have a cigar before the ceremony begins. So how do you feel? Ready to be a bridegroom?
My life has never been more complete. And the rain has held up.
Meg, I'm off to the train station.
Where is Josephine?
I'll go find her.
And tell Amy I wish to talk to her about receiving line etiquette. We're having the cream of Concord society arriving at any moment. I understand you want to talk to me. Suppose you realize this could have been your day. You think I made a ghastly mistake? I do not. Amy and Laurie are ideally suited for each other. I've gone over my will.
In March.
Meg will inherit most of my money, and Amy is making her way into society and won't need any of it. And as for you,
I don't want anything.
I know you don't want anything, and yet you want everything. Josephine, every girl, every woman needs something to fall back on when times are bleak. I'm leaving you my house.
Your house?
Do something worthwhile with it. Make it a school or a library or something.
Thank you, Aunt March. That's very generous of you.
I don't like that dress.
It was yours.
Well, it looked better on me.
Joe, there's a strange man at the gate asking for you.
Professor!
Hello!
Hello. This is a surprise.
I know. You wrote if I should ever come north, I should visit you.
Yes, but I didn't
You
think
didn't
would...
think I would do it, did you? Well, I did it. I'm here. Should I go?
No,
I am not intruding.
you're not intruding. Here, come inside. Let me introduce
no.
you.
Not yet.
So, how's Mrs. Kirk?
As impossible as ever.
And the boarders?
As strange as ever.
And you?
Me? The same.
You look?
Old. I know. Nearly 50.
You're 34.
35.
You had a birthday?
They threw a party for me. I got sick. I do not like parties. I have your manuscript. It was so good of you to send the book to me. A novel.
There's no one whose opinion I respect more than yours. Forgive me for presuming
It
that you
touched
wanted
me
to read-
deeply, Mrs. March. I saw you on every page. I heard your voice. I felt your spirit. It was magnificent.
Joe! Amy is driving me insane. Now she's talking about changing her veil. Excuse me.
This is my sister Meg. This is Professor Bear.
Ah, I recognize you from your sister's books.
Oh, so you're the one she's let read it.
I'll be right there.
I have come at a bad time.
No. It's just a wedding.
A wedding?
I often think about you, Professor. I wondered how you were doing.
I bought a kite.
You bought a kite.
Soon after you left, I bought a kite and took it to the park. I never had a kite when I was a child. You know, you were right to think I was old.
No.
No, I was old. But since we met, everything is different. Even my students noticed. They said, Professor Bear, you are smiling today. Miss March,
Joe.
Joe, we are not at all alike. We have our differences. May I be blunt?
Be blunt. By all means.
I think perhaps it looks like rain.
The sky gets bluer by the hour.
The water falls in little drops.
That's why it's called a sun shower.
Ah, and now it stops.
You were about to be blunt?
If I say rain, then you say sun. If I say yes, then you say no. It seems before we start, we're done. We even argue at hello. If I say share with me this small umbrella.
I say who cares if I get wet?
We are as different as the morning and the night.
No. We're as different as the winter and the spring.
We always seem to fight.
We disagree on everything.
And yet, you make me smile, you make me laugh, you make me care. How can I explain inside my heart I feel a pain when you're not there? Though we are not at all alike, you make me feel alive. If we have that in common, that one small thing in common, love could be like a small umbrella in the rain.
Josephine!
Christopher Columbus!
The guests will be arriving soon, and I want the family gathered in the parlor.
This is my Aunt March. This is Professor Bear.
Call me Fritz.
Fritz? Is that your name, Fritz?
Did I not tell you?
No.
Well, bring in Fritz.
You were saying, Fritz?
When people discover passion, they've come upon something rare. This fervor they have in common will shelter them anywhere. Though the rest may be rough, with such passion to share, I think they are more than enough, enough to make a marriage if we dare.
You are proposing?
No. Yes! Yes! I do not mean today, or tomorrow even, not even in a week, not in a month, not a year, even 2 years even. I am a patient man!
I won't be sweet, I won't be demure.
This I prefer, this I adore.
I'll speak my mind, you can be sure.
I'll be enchanted to the core.
If I say let me share your small umbrella,
I'll say who cares if we get wet?
we'll be as different as a husband and a wife.
No, we'll be as different as a woman and a man.
We'll fight our way through life.
We'll disagree the best we can.
And yet,
You make me smile, you make me laugh, you make me care. How can I explain inside my heart I feel a pain when you're not there? Though we are not at all alike, you make me feel alive.
yes, we have that in common.
That one small thing in common. Our love is like a small umbrella in the rain. I have news for you. I showed your novel to Henry Dashwood.
You did what?
It was wrong of me to do so, but I couldn't resist. Horrid man, Dashwood. Blunt. Stubborn to a fault.
What did he say?
He said, it's a bit long. He missed the blood and guts. He likes the four sisters, particularly the outspoken one. He wants to publish it.
He said that.
If it is all right with you.
Joe, we need you inside.
Marmee, I'd like you to meet a good friend of mine, Professor Fritz Bear. He's come to stay with us. We're thinking of starting a school together.
School?
Not today or next week, but someday. Welcome, Professor. Come meet our family.
Sometimes when you dream, your dreams come true in extraordinary ways. Suddenly a day can be so amazing, and sometimes when you yearn, you'll burn the air, and then you are not the same. And the world is.
Joe, we all waiting for you.